Okay, placings going this way. Northerly first, Defy second. And here comes Patrick Payne aboard Northerly to the roars of the crowd. Third going the way of Grandira. Fourth, Sunline. Fifth has gone to Fields of Omar, and sixth to Lonhro, as the crowd celebrates the return of, well, they said farewell to their darling, but they've also witnessed this amazing racehorse.
I have a feeling this horse may go on to the Melbourne Cup. I just think that Fred Kersley, even though he says the weight is too much, if this horse pulls up well from a run like that, I reckon they'll consider a Melbourne Cup run. And the public then, if he wins a Melbourne Cup, a Cox Plate and a Caulfield Cup in the 1 year, that will be the greatest feat I've ever seen.
It's just an incredible feat out in the Turnbull and all those other races as well, including the Underwood and the Craig Lee.
And he's not a pretty horse. You wouldn't go to a yearling sale and say, now there's a lovely individual. He's just a plain, ordinary horse. But I tell you what, the motor inside must be something spectacular.
It's not what you see with these horses, it's what's inside. And how about Grandira's run? That was enormous.
Was a great run. He was off the bit for a long way as well, as you are when you chase Sunline. When she powers on the pressure, you have to chase from a long way out. Northerly was up to the job. Grandira, not disgraced, very close up third, and Defy, he kept finding too.
He sure did. Lonhro got a long way back. Fields of Omar made up a fair bit of ground.
They weren't really ever in the race, though, those horses. Other than the first three, it didn't appear as though any of the other horses were ever likely to challenge.
Let's relive
on the corner.
These closing stages. When Northerly was this close, you'd have to say he was certainly going to win.
He doesn't get beaten. When he gets to the front, he's almost impossible to get past. Very few can get past him. But here he is. He's just taking out the race. Defy making ground late, and there's Grandira sticking his head into the frame out wide, but all honours with the winner.
I can tell you Sunline has come back slowly and last. The crowd is applauding her. She may have run fourth. Have a listen to the crowd as Morphettville approaches. They're all standing. They're all applauding a great mare. 13 wins in Group 1 company, 32 career victories, 11.2 million before today. And Greg Childs savours this moment. Have a listen to that crowd. Claire Bird gives her a pat. As we watch the head-on again, Defy running in a courageous second. As Claire Bird leads back Sunline.
Well, for those people on course here, this is a moment they'll never forget. The last time they'll see this great mare, and they're giving her a rousing ovation, as they should.
And there is the winner, Northerly, the son of Sir Heed, an ill-fated sire. He's defied his bloodlines. He doesn't know his bloodlines.
He doesn't care. All he cares about is when he gets to the front, nothing's going to get past him. That's how he wins his races. It's one of the most courageous horses I've ever seen.
No doubt there'll be plenty of emotion bubbling through. Patrick Payne celebrates. The McKees, well, they've had a wonderful ride over 4 seasons, and it's come to a close. Let's take you to Morphettville. Here's Ron Paps.
41.50, number 3, Naden. Now Flash Henry goes up.
From Defy, Grandira and Sunline. Great run, the runner-up. I think we will see a lot more from Defy in years to come.
He surprised me, Defy. I could see him under pressure, 1,000 metres out, and I thought, I wonder if you've got enough to keep going. These are two great horses in front of you. But he did. He kept going, he kept trying, he kept grinding away, but couldn't get past the great horse Northerly.
Oh, Patrick Payne and Fred Kersley discussing what was a memorable race, and Fred said, what other words can you use to describe that great mare?
Well, she's a freak, and he's a freak. So there's 2 in one race.
We say goodbye to one, but we've got 2 very exciting horses coming forward.
We have. I mean, Defy will do more in the future, but Northerly at this stage has the crown. He has the heavyweight champion's belt, and he's not relinquishing it without a big fight.
I think his new challenger will be Defy, though, as we look forward to future races. Darren Beedman said after his win in the Caulfield Cup, he said this is the type of horse, if he stays sound, that could win an Arc de Triomphe.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, he's the sort of horse that could do it, I suppose. He's, you know, but this horse on screen now, they're sashing him. What more can you say about him? He just continues to defy all the accepted
standards, norms,
parameters of horse racing. He just defies them.
Just amazing stuff. The crowd, the atmosphere, the vibe, just a special day, and it's a great privilege to be here bringing you this memorable day of racing. A Cox Plate, which Northerly was victorious in, and Sunline said farewell and finishing in 4th position. Right on their hammer, some quality horses, Lonhro finishing in 6th position. So that is the latest news from Cox Plate. We have correct weight as we head trackside to Rosehill Gardens. It's time for late mail.
Race 6 here at Rosehill, numbers 6, 2, 1 and 10. This first step upper, the New Zealander Bronze, has caught the eye. He's had a couple of trials from the Paul O'Sullivan stable. Looks forward enough to run well over 1,500 first up. Will lean his way. The favourite, number 2, Hot Tin Roof, gets his chance from barrier 1 today. Should race in a more forward position. Nicely placed. Look for a big improvement from Spurred On today. He's had one run back from a long spell after an horrific injury, but seems to be more switched on, in fact. Best of the rest, a good long shot, 10 Jarzy Bullet, who has caught the eye at his 2 runs back from a spell. 6 on top, Bronze. Hardest to beat, 2 Hot Tin Roof and 1 Spurred On.
Okay, Ron. Richard, in talking about the emotions now that Helen Lusty, Thane Green, Trevor McKee, Steve McKee and Claire Bird must be going through, an incredible amount that's been built up over the years.
Incredible amount of money. $11 million has been accumulated. But I tell you, they've had a ride with that mare that will not come along again in their lifetime. So it's a real end of an era for them. And I was speaking to Trevor McKee. He said, look, I've enjoyed it. She's been great. It's been fantastic. But all good things come to an end, and he's accepted it. And thankfully for the mare, she's now got a stud career ahead of her.
Well, let's go to Andrew Bensley. He's with Greg Childs.
Greg Childs joins us. An emotional last 5 minutes or so. I can see it. A little bit of tears coming back.
Yeah, when I was walking back.
And she stopped, and she sensed the moment, I think. Did you?
Yeah, I did. I deliberately walked her back because I didn't want to take too much attention away from the winner, Northerly, a deserved winner. But, yeah, Sunline, end of the road, and the crowd were very appreciative, and I just wanted them to have the last look and acknowledge it.
And she did herself proud to the home turn, but could you sense Northerly was that close to you?
Yeah, I rode her how we wanted to, just keep putting the acid test on them, but she just didn't have the legs to get home. She still ran 4th, courageous effort, and a good training feat from the McKees.
In 10 seconds or 15 or 20 seconds, can you summarise it all today and what the week's been like and the whole lot?
Yeah, the media build-up had been enormous, much bigger than last year. You know, you've just got to enjoy the moment, and I tried to because I knew it was never going to happen again in my lifetime. And I'm just proud of the record Sunline's got and done, and the team effort with Claire, Trevor, Stephen and myself.
We'll let you get off. Well done, mate.
Thanks.
Thanks, Greg. Greg Childs joining us, Brendan.
Okay, Andrew, yeah, it's a circumspect Greg Childs, and that's exactly how you'd expect him to be after the great ride he's had over 4 years as well.
Perhaps we'll come back one day and see little Sunlines running around here.
You never know. The talk now will be where she goes, her stud career, who will own her.
I'd say, in my opinion, I think the deal's been done. But I think she'll be going to a stud overseas.
Okay, so we'll await more news. No doubt we'll have that as soon as it's available. It's 4.29 and 1 the ratings at Doomben. This is the odd minute handicap. Trevor Miller's smart horse, Baal Yabba, the tote favourite, ahead of Clay Shaker. Oscar Warriors, a fancy. And Lauren Alagi's in the market of the page 1 runners. We check the second page. It's over 1,200 metres. And Threatener is a $15 chance. Well, there are plenty of Kiwis here at Moonee Valley. Tears in some of their eyes, and understandably so. They've enjoyed the ride as much as the owners, the trainer, the strapper and the rider. And they didn't get the fairy tale finish, but what's been a fairy tale racing career.
Yes, but you've got to acknowledge a great racehorse, a horse that can back up after a Caulfield Cup, after carrying that sort of weight, leading most of the second half of it, and then chasing the greatest front runner we've seen maybe in history in Australia, or certainly since Vaux Road, and wearing her down and holding off one of the greatest horses in the world in Grandier and another great horse in Defy. You just can't take it away from him. He's the heavyweight champion.
He is, and he delivered a stunning knockout blow here at Moonee Valley today. Not too far away, Rosehill Gardens. Let's head trackside.
Right, Brendan, slight delay here, Lock Aim being replated at the moment, and the popular pick is number 2, Hot Tin Roof. Hot Tin Roof here, $3 and $1.70. If circumstances allow, they'll ride the horse more forward today as compared with last Saturday, when a very creditable 4th behind It's Our Time. $3 Hot Tin Roof in New South Wales. Number 6, second pick at $4.80, and that is Bronze. And then we go to $7.90 for number 3, and that's Road to Dance. On track, Hot Tin Roof, the favourite. Second pick would be Bronze, yeah, the New Zealander, 6 bronze, first start for a while, but has a good record. Now the farrier still working away here. Well, hang on, Lock Aim's okay again. Now it looks as though Bronze has also cast a plate. Well, blow me down. 2 horses cast a plate behind the barrier stalls. Lock Aim's okay now, and Bronze is being worked upon. Previous race, Kessia, number 8. Johnny Grisdale beat 6 Dance the Breeze, 3 Bond Bird, 3rd, 1 Moon Flute, 4th. Cosmic Rays, number 4, 1 race 4. Alan Robinson, the 3rd to 6 Power Surge, Len Beasley, the 2nd 5 Hasna, Len Beasley, and 1 Bumptious. Robin Freeman won the first of the day. Well, congratulations to all concerned with Northerly. What a wonderful, wonderful performance. OK, well, we're in the midst of a delay out here. The farrier still working away on Bronze. No other action as far as horses moving into the stalls. So we'll take you back to all studios and call you when there's more action. Race 6 at the Gardens.
Where Hot Tin Roof is the current tote favourite ahead of Bronze, and then we go to Road to Dance. Let's look ahead to Moonee Valley, due in 18 minutes. The ratings first of all. And on top is this Smart Rose Marada, ahead of Self Interest, Latte and Lady K. 14 from 7, 8 and 11. On course, gee, this is a wide open betting race. Gentle Genius and Self Interest, the 5 and the 7 are the equal on-course favourites, just ahead of Special Grange, number 12. But it's really, and from there Tickle My, number 2, it's about 5.5 to 1 the field on course, so you'll get value whatever you like. On over the page, Maccabee Diva is one of the scratchings in this event. Well, Fred Kersley and Patrick Payne with Steve Bracks, the Victorian Premier, they celebrate a memorable occasion, and there he is, the son of Sirheed, who again raced his way further into the racing record books with back-to-back Cox Plate victories. The eye of the tiger, as Gregor Miles has mentioned so many times. He has got a ton of guts. Let's take you back to Rosehill Gardens.
Starts Bronze. OK, so action at the 1500 as those 2 horses are A-OK, Lock Aim and Bronze. The finishing touches just being applied now to the off-front plate. Hot Tin Roof 310 and Bronze number 6, 450. Spurred On coming forward. Gay Waterhouse looking for yet another win. 3 on the program. Bronze being led forward now. Only the 3 out now. Yes, congratulations to all concerned with Northerly. And of course the $50 million question. Will he run on Tuesday week in the Melbourne Cup? Well, time will tell. Hopefully he will, to lead the Australian charge against those overseas raiders. Ready, this is the 6th at Rosehill in Sydney. Hot Tin Roof, popular pick, and there they go. And they broke away in a pretty good line. Lock Aim is the early leader from the Thunder Run and Spurred On. Jimmy the Bear's going up hastily, followed by Bronze and then Hot Tin Roof. A length and a half Far at Will, followed by Jazzy Bullet and then Tell Someone, followed by 4 Bill. Road to Dance is second last, and the Coffs Harbour Train Galloper Manawa back to the rear. The race to the 1100 marker, and Lock Aim is the leader, a half length on Thunder Run. A length away third is Spurred On, trapped out very wide from Jimmy the Bear and Hot Tin Roof, getting a cosy posse over on the inside, about a length and 3/4 to Bronze. Jazzy Bullet on the Kiwis inside, followed by Far at Will wide. 4 Bills in the middle, Tell Someone's on the rails, and Road to Dance and Manawa the joint tail enders. They work down past the 700 marker, and Lock Aim is the leader from Thunder Run. Hot Tin Roof 2 away third, followed by Jimmy the Bear, who's lost some ground, then Bronze, Jazzy Bullet. Spurred On's going backwards, and then 4 Bill, Tell Someone, Far at Will. Road to Dance and 2 lengths to Manawa as they swing for home, and Lock Aim a length on Thunder Run, a length and a half to Hot Tin Roof, who's starting to put his mind to the test now. Then Jimmy the Bear, and a length and a half to Bronze, and a couple of lengths to Jazzy Bullet. They race down to the 250. Hot Tin Roof taking half an hour to get to Lock Aim, and Bronze is starting to join in the Kiwi. He comes after Hot Tin Roof, who grabbed Lock Aim. Bronze doing better than Hot Tin Roof seemingly. Yes, he is, and Bronze is drawing clear. Hot Tin Roof kicked back, but Bronze got him. Bronze beat Hot Tin Roof. Third going to Jazzy Bullet from Road to Dance, Lock Aim and Far at Will, Jimmy the Bear, and then Tell Someone. Further away was Thunder Run, and the last trio were beaten right off. 4 Bill, Spurred On and Manawa.
Good if you took the Ron Dufficy tips. Bronze winning 6, 2 and 10 across the line. That one from the Paul O'Sullivan yard. So the Kiwis exacting some revenge. A Carolingian 5-year-old collecting the cash. The distinctive riding style of Brian York in the saddle. Well, speaking of distinctive, here's Larry Olsen standing by drums at Rose Hill. It's bronze from Hot Tin Roof, the John O'Shea trained runner. Jazzy Bull at third. 6, 2 and 10. Unitab details to be confirmed. So as soon as they're through, we'll pass them along to you in just a winning race time. Now, riding change, Special Grange is Dan Beasley. He's picked up that ride in this next race on the card. So Dan Beasley picks up our ride aboard number 12, which is Special Grange, replacing Chris Muntz. A break as we watch Patrick Payne and his acceptance speech here from Moonee Valley after a memorable Carlton Draft Cox Plate.
Racing. At a perfect start, and Sunline is straight into the bridle out of the gates here from Northerly up second early. Bellaspree is prominent, followed for the back by Defire. Grandira, Fields of Omar deep around Lonray. Euston off the inside. And Assertive Lad has gone back to the tail of the field as Sunline got the lead comfortably going out of the straight. And led by just over a length now to Bellaspree, and Northerly is third. A length further back to Fire inside it, then going out of the straight, Euston off, then to Grandira, up running sixth, the length and a half for the back, Fields of Omar, the inside Lonro, 2 to Assertive Lad last of all, down to the 1,500 metre mark, and Sunline in front and against the bridle at the moment, a length and a half to Bellaspree. Northerly is stalking on the outside third, and is now getting a little closer to Sunline, a length to 2 further back to Fire, the inside Euston off, 1 further back Grandira, Fields of Omar back third last, followed by Lonro and Assertive Lad last of all. Sunline comfortably at the 1,200 metre mark. 2.5 to Northerly, a length further back in the race, then Bellaspree. 2 further back to Fire, a bit of speed coming into the race at the 1,000 metre mark. And Sunline extends down the back by 2.5 to Northerly. 2 further back Bellaspree, 1.5 to Fire. Then Grandira outside Euston off, and they're stringing out 2 lengths further back. Fields of Omar, 2 to Lonro, and Assertive Lad is last of all. She kicks off the turn at the 800 metre mark. The great mare Sunline. One more time by 2 lengths to Northerly, 4 lengths for the back, Bellaspree to Fire. A length and a half, Grandira from Euston off, a length for the back, Fields of Omar. 2 to Lonro and 3 for the back, Assertive Lad. At the 600 metre mark, Sunline a length in front. Northerly a second, 2 lengths for the back to Fire. Then Bellaspree a length in Grandira, till the Fields of Omar, Euston off and Lonro. She's got a kick though on the turn. It's Sunline a length in front of Lonro. 2 lengths to Fire. Further back then Grandira. Lonro with a long run, followed by Bellaspree and Fields of Omar. Northerly going up to Sunline. They turn for home. The great Western Australian. Northerly's got his head in front of Sunline. 2 to Defire and then Grandira. Northerly's clear at the 100 metre mark. to Fire after Northerly. Northerly's going to do it back to back. Northerly takes the Cox Plate a length on the line to Fire. A neck away third. Grandira. Sunline magnificent fourth. Further back then Fields of Omar fifth from Lonro. A gap in the race further back to Eustonoff. And just coming home Assertive Lad and Bellaspree.
1 Northerly, Patrick Payne, 430, 170, 4 Defire, 240, third 3 Grandira, 290.
Northerly, number 1. Northerly, number 1, makes it the double of the Caulfield Cup and the Cox Plate. And back to back. He has won the Cox Plate, number 1 Northerly, Patrick Payne. Number 4 Defire, Chris Muntz is second. Number 3 Grandira, Frankie Dettori third. Number 8 Sunline fourth. And fifth then is number 5 Fields of Omar. 1, 4, 3, 8, 5 and 6.
1 Northerly, Patrick Payne, 430, 170, 4 Defire, 240, 3 Grandira, 290, Quinella, 1740, Exacta, 3260, Trifecta, 261.40, the first 4, 1, 4, 3 and 8, 886.80, the double 14 and 1, Thong Classic at Northerly, 33.40, no special dib required.
He is the super horse of Australian racing. There is no doubt about it, Northerly. Virtually bulletproof this time round. The Caulfield Cup, and the wonder from the West has won the plate from Defire and Grandira, Sunline fourth and Fields of Omar fifth. OK, we'll go down to Dean shortly. And it's Northerly, number one, Northerly. Number one, Northerly, defeating Defire and Grandera. 1-4-3, Sunline in fourth placing. As we watch the replay here on the big screen, as she made the bid yet again in her final appearance, but Northerly's got her quickly. And this wonderful horse, the champion from WA, Northerly, and Patrick Painter, has come home to beat Defire, Grandera and Sunline after the Cox Plate. It's 370 and 160, 290 and 290.
Right, the protest uphill, Brisbane on the previous race 5. The numbers there, 6947. Protest uphill, the new numbers will be 9647.
It's been very solidly tried. Richard, you've got the chance to mention one or two in your report. Don't bother about plugging in. Just fire away with what took your eye in the mounting yard before we go trackside to Greg Miles.
I thought that Gentle Genius looked OK. Tickle My wasn't bad in the ring. And if you wanted to put in one at a bit of odds, I thought Damasceno wasn't bad either.
It's been well tried now, coming in a further half point. It's been the best tried runner in this race. Here's Greg Miles.
Right, Brendan, here's Damasceno, one of the better tried horses in the race in what is a very open affair coming up. In fact, this has been a very, very big move for Damasceno. And on track, it's backed into equal favourite in track. It's a big move. Gentle Genius, the equal pick. Here's Gentle Genius coming in now. Damasceno was placed in the Moonee Valley Oaks here back in March of this year and ran third this time round, first up behind Palladium Star. Big effort that day over the 1400, goes to 1600 second up. Tickle My comes up. This race traditionally won by horses towards the lower end of the weight scale. The Belladama carried 54.5 last year, but Oregon Seal, who's here today, won it 2 years ago with 51. Zatella with 51. Now Abolition 52.5. Spectrum the year before that carried 52. Damasceno heavily tried. And here's Belladama coming up now. She's going to complete the lineup. They're all in, set to go. Ready now. 1600. Damasceno, a good plonk. Really been well tried. Drawn towards the inside, they're away. She jumped fairly well alongside Gentle Genius. The two favoured runners beginning fast, and Lady K got away well. Oregon Seal showing speed near the inside, and Latte. Rosa Murata's going forward, wider out on the course as they settle down, and Belladama's wide. Keys dropped out to be last of all. Special Granger's second last, and Tickle My's back at the rear. Round the 1200 turn now, and Latte led Rosa Murata. Damasceno is third, and they're followed closely in the field by Paris Heartbeat and Belladama wide. Two Little Oregon Seal on the inside, followed by Gentle Genius and Lady K out three deep. 2 lengths to Self Interest, and then Chicky over on the inside, one Special Grange. Venus Was Her Name is next, and Tickle My the outside, and 2 to Keys. At the 800 turn, Latte on top. Belladama moved up to second. 2.5 Rosa Murata travelling well third. Damasceno the rail. A length further back as Paris Heartbeat. 2 to Oregon Seal, followed by Gentle Genius, Lady K. Next Self Interest out wide, followed by Chicky, Special Grange, and then Tickle My. Venus Was Her Name, and Keys past the 600. Latte led to Belladama. Rosa Murata is starting to run on, and then Damasceno, Paris Heartbeat, Self Interest, and next is Gentle Genius as they come up towards the home turn. Tickle My starting to make some ground, but Latte in front. Rosa Murata challenging. Paris Heartbeat wider out is running on. Belladama's had enough. Gentle Genius is working home. Paris Heartbeat took the lead from Rosa Murata. Gentle Genius is starting to work home, and then Tickle My down the outside. Paris Heartbeat had the lead. Gentle Genius is closing on her now. Paris Heartbeat being grabbed by Gentle Genius. Charles will get this one. Gentle Genius beats Paris Heartbeat. Third, Rosa Murata, and then Belladama, Tickle My, followed by Lady K. Venus Was Her Name. Was trailed in by Self Interest, Keys, and then Chicky, Latte. Well back as Oregon Seal and Special Grange, and Damasceno has finished near the end after being heavily backed. Gentle Genius, ridden by Greg Childs, had the form going into the race through the excellent seconds behind Hosanna and Reactive at the last two. She sat a lot handier to the pace today and was very strong at the end. Giant Filly, who's given her trainer Tony Wildman a lot of headaches, a 5-year-old, just a 19th race outing.
After that run of placings, Gentle Genius bounces back to the winner's circle. Almost a bit fitting that Greg Childs was in the saddle. Andrew Bensley with the winning trainer.
Well done to you, Tony. Deserved win.
Yeah, it's good to see her break through. She's been very honest, and it was a great ride.
Just sat off. It was a perfect ride, though, were the first words you said to me then.
Perfect ride. Beautiful. Yeah, great. He said he wanted to make up for Sunline. He said, oh, this is ready for a hard ride, so it was good.
She is a very good horse, though, isn't she?
Yeah, my mare, yeah, great. Yeah.
What's next? The race at Flemington?
I'll probably run her in that 1,600-metre race, the good race next week, yeah, if she backs up. Right. She's going good.
She's going good. Well done to you, Tony. Tony Wildman there, Brendan.
OK, Andrew, when we look at the tactics, I suppose there's one that plenty of pundits will be talking about because they had their hard-earned on Damasceno, which finished near the tail of the field.
Yeah, very disappointing Damasceno right at the...
Is even money on the New South Wales tote $2 and is just back to that on track. He was in the red for a short time, just into same. And the second pick here in New South Wales is number 2 at $5. Gabfest. So a lot of interest here with Grand Army. Grand Army scheduled to go for a spell after today. One at Newcastle on Cup Day, then one at Canterbury, at Randwick, and here today. Previous race, bronze, number 6, Brian York, beat 2, Hot Tin Roof, and 10, Jazzy Bullet. 3 ran 4th. I'll soon be off and racing. There they go. He didn't jump brilliantly, Grand Army, but he's making ground quickly. Huge Demand and Inspire lead narrowly. Helsingborg and now Grand Army and Crop are going forward very quickly and settling properly now. It's Crop narrowly from Helsingborg, Grand Army third, Huge Demand fourth, then Terrible Tourist. A length and a half further away in the field, Inspire, followed by Brit's Best, then Gabfest, followed by Majestically Restless, and 2 to go Ziggy. They work their way around the first corner and Crop a length and a half. Grand Army very prominently placed today, the fave. Third, Helsingborg, followed by Huge Demand wide, Terrible Tourist the centre. Inspires on the fence, then Brit's Best, followed by Gabfest. Restless on the outside of Majestically, and 2.5 to go Ziggy. They work their way to the 600 mark. A Crop in front, a length and a half, Grand Army. Helsingborg is third, then Huge Demand, Inspire, Brit's Best, Terrible Tourist, followed by Gabfest, Majestically, Restless, and last is Go Ziggy. Into the straight at the 400, and Beasley shaking up Grand Army, and the favourite is reeling in Crop, and 2 lengths to Helsingborg, a length into Gabfest, starting to motor down the outside. Grand Army having a real struggle to get away from Crop. Brit's Best, Helsingborg and Gabfest now after Grand Army. Grand Army taken on by Brit's Best. Grand Army grabbed by Brit's Best, and Brit's Best got there to beat the favourite Grand Army. Third, Gabfest. Go Ziggy flew. Helsingborg not far away. Crop weakened. Then Majestically Restless, Inspire, Terrible Tourist, and near enough to last was Huge Demand. Yorkie on Brit's Best, bringing the Max Lees trained son of Danehill after the favourite Grand Army. You could see the Grand Army was in a bit of strife near the 200. He was desperately ridden by Lenny Beasley, and he just couldn't quite raise enough to hold out Brit's Best, who has been able to score in the time of 1:22.46. Numbers official 10, 9, 2 and 11.
And that winning run of Grand Army comes to heavily tried on-course favourite ahead of Accelerator. Gordo's the third elect now. It continues to ease. At longer odds, Crawl and Super Impressive have both been tried. And 2 bits of news, equal favourites for the Melbourne Cup, Vinnie Rowe and Northerly at the $6 mark in latest fixed odds betting. To Moonee Valley we head, race number 9, where we are right now, to the race calling tower with Greg Miles.